Oh, allow yourself to take a deep breath. Feel your jaw soften. We have Buddy with us today. Feel your jaw soften. Check your posture. Notice your breath and slow it down. I like to now tune into a nice rhythm with that breath. And just feel that breath washing through me. Notice how everything softens. Everything in my brain softens when I do that. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming by. We're here in this community every single day. We're in our 6th year. Thanks for coming by to practice. Thanks for practicing together. The book we're taking a look at this year is The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. This New York Times bestseller is described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. And I do think some of receiving this message this year, we can't do unless we let go of some of this stimulation. Because if our minds are wound that tight, we're not going to be able to understand this. We're here, not here. So I think we have to release and drop down a little bit. That's how I see it anyway. To be in that field, to feel and notice. For me, there's no way I can do it when I'm wound up like that. So that is the practice, though, for me, is to release these layers, or I'm not able to get here. And there's different levels and different layers, right? All the way down. It's just a practice. We need to practice this because we're talking about our energy. We are energy. We're talking about our existence. Our vibration. Who we are. Different than yoga instructor. I'm appreciating the opportunity to come deeper and slow it down. So take a couple breaths. Maybe close your eyes, let yourself get there. All we have to do is listen. That's all we got to do. The message we're offered for this day number 1899 is titled Living and Watching. Living and watching. How many ways can a statue dream of living? Every time I reach for you, we begin. We begin. Let's take a breath. The line between living and watching is very thin. The line between living and watching is very thin. A moment's rest or pause for reflection can spread into a thickness of hesitation. And the next thing you know, reaching out or saying something or picking up the phone or stopping in unannounced is difficult. As if there is suddenly some huge wall to climb just to be heard. So let's take a breath with that. The line between living and watching is very thin. A moment's rest or a pause for reflection, which I absolutely love pausing for reflection, can spread into a thickness of hesitation. I can recognize that too. And the next thing you know, reaching out or saying something or picking up the phone or stopping in unannounced is difficult. I think we recognize that. As if there's suddenly some huge wall to climb just to be heard. This is how we isolate ourselves, digging moments of healthy solitude into holes in the yard. And of course, the dirt we dig and pile up becomes a small mountain that separates us from everyone we love. We all know how not phoning that friend because we were busy, if allowed to go too far, turns into a vastness that seems impossible to cross. Can we take a sacred pause with that? The truth is that the phone is the same 6 inches from our hands as it has always been. The challenge is to remember this when everything seems so far away. To feel isolated is part of the human journey. But when we obey the feelings of hesitation and separation more powerfully than those of love, we start to experience numbness and depression. This is when we start to live like statues, believing that all we can do is watch. As hard as it feels, it is just at this moment that we must break back into living by reaching for anything, no matter how small or how close. If it is fall, rub a leaf across your face. If winter, break a piece of ice. If spring, touch a small flower. Take a breath. Ooh, let it in. Relax the jaw, let it in, let it get deep. We must let it in. The meditation we're offered says, surround yourself with small, precious things like a stone, a feather, a shell. Center yourself and meditate on the space that exists between you and these small, precious things. As you inhale, practice being a statue that comes alive with each breath. And as you exhale, reach for the small, precious things before you. Thank you so much for coming by for this practice today. I'm touched by these messages. In deep gratitude for your presence. Please visit zenfulconversations.com. Take a look at the offerings. Let me know if you have any questions. In deep and honest gratitude, namaste.